Hello, dear friends. This is the channel that you might possibly see something strange from time to time. So keep watching, and when you see it, you'll know it. Here for Vinyl Update, among other things. Um, Starting off with a couple books that I'd picked up recently, and I don't think I'd showed in the video. Um, First one is 1001 Mad Pages You Must Read Before You Die. And this is like a takeoff of those books of places to go and albums to own or to listen to before you die. This is a Mad Magazine, of course, and it's pretty much filled with a lot of material, a lot of cool material. So there's that, and I bought that used. This one I also bought used. Video Hound's Groovy Movies, Far Out Films of the Psychedelic Era. And this is like I said, it's Video Hound, which I have some of their music books. I don't know if I have any of their movie ones or not. I might have, but this one, the music ones I have is very informative. So if you're interested in psychedelic movies or sexy shagadelic sagas, and there you go. The forward by Roger Corman. So there's those. This past weekend we went to a family event. It was a wedding, and it was out of state. So of course I had to do some record shopping while I was in a different location and had the chance. So considering we got there a day early before the wedding, we went record shopping. To this place, we've been there a few times. Went there for Record Store one year, and I've been there I don't know how many times. This place here, can you see that? Wooden Nickel Music. This is in Indiana. They have three locations in Indiana, and when you buy stuff, you get wooden nickels, and then you cash them in. It says 10 tokens equal to $5 credit, valid at wooden nickel stores only. So I got those, and then I picked up some CDs. I got a couple records, but mainly what I got was CDs. And I got this one, Bad Music for Bad People, The Cramps. Believe it or not, I did not have this. I'm ashamed to say that I don't have it on vinyl, but I didn't have it in any format, so I had to go ahead and pick it up. The Cramps is one of my favorite bands. And this has TV Set, Human Fly, Goo Goo Muck, Garbage Man, to name a few. And this one is produced by Alex Chilton. And then I also picked this up. This is a new release by a fairly new band. This is their first one, Twin Temple. And I was surprised to see this because I really wanted to get something of theirs, but I hadn't seen anything in the store. This is, they bring you their signature sound, Satanic Doo-Wop. It's the first album by the wickedest band in the world. I'll show you the back. And that's basically what it is. If you could put Amy Winehouse in the Church of Satan, this is what you get. So if you like Amy Winehouse, you would probably like this. It's these two. I'm assuming they're husband and wife. They have a Facebook page and an Instagram if you're curious. And they have a whole lot of merchandise for sale. There's the lyrics. The satanic lyrics. It's actually very listenable music. It's not like metal or anything. Just what it says. It's doo-wop. Satanic doo-wop. It's not really doo-wop in the traditional sense of like 50s doo-wop, but then I also bought this one, Alice Cooper Constrictor. which I used to have this on cassette. I bought back in 1986. And I think I have this on vinyl, but I didn't have the CD, so I could put it on my iPod. And this was a brand new, or I should say it was still sealed. Not brand new, it's been out for quite a while. But this has Teenage Frankenstein, Thrill My Gorilla, Trick Bag, and the single was He's Back, the Man Behind the Mask, which was the theme from Friday the 13th Part VI, Jason Lives. So, Alice Cooper. By the way, we went to two Wooden Nickel locations. The first one, or the second one, I had got the Cramps and Twin Temple. And the first one we went to, I got the Alice Cooper, and this one, Brady Bunch. It's a Sunshine Day. This one was used. And this has 20 tracks on it. I used to have this on cassette too. More than likely I still do somewhere. And this was the first thing I picked up. And this has the theme from the Brady Bunch. It's a sunshine day. We can make the world a whole lot brighter. They do a version of American Pie. Keep On, Time to Change. Charlotte's Web, Candy, Sugar Shop, which is a great song. Frosty the Snowman. So, the Brady Bunch. So right after we went to the second Wooden Nickel, we went to a coffee shop that was across the street. This coffee shop here, Firefly Coffee House. And their coffee is, we asked the guy there at the record store, is that coffee over there any good? He goes, yeah, it's really good. We said, is it better than Starbucks? He goes, yeah. He was right. It was definitely good coffee. And we had, this is their menu. We had their Black Magic cake is what we had. And it was gluten-free, and it was vegan. So that's what we had, and it was really good. It almost tasted like coffee. And then the next morning, I went out to get something for breakfast because the hotel we stayed at didn't have, it had continental breakfast, I guess, but I'm a real picky person, and the coffee is mainly what I wanted, and I had a cup of coffee in our room, which was like, and then I had a cup of coffee at the breakfast thing, and it was like, it's a little better. But we went to McDonald's, and I got a breakfast sandwich and some real coffee, and I picked this up when we were there, because I always pick up free stuff. These are for kids, of course, but, I had to get one. I'm sure you guys, if you've been to McDonald's, or if you have kids, you've probably seen these. I don't know why that I'm attracted to that kind of weird stuff, but I is. And then I went to Half Price. I guess it was before that. I don't know exactly what day. And I found this in I've seen this CD at Half Price for a long time. They had a couple copies, and I was going to buy it. And then they finally marked it down and put it in the discount. It's a Jim White Transnormal Skipperoo, and I'd heard a couple songs of Jim White. I don't know if any of them are on here that I've heard, but this is on the record label. Make sure I say it right here. Luakapop. There's the CD. Sort of like a folksy type singer-songwriter with a little bit of a weird mixed in. And then I found this at our new Goodwill down the street, which I've been finding these a lot. I've showed some in the video. And I found this one, Rockabye Baby. This one's Metallica, Lullaby Renditions. And I don't know how many of these they made, but I would keep finding them, so. And this one was sealed when I got it. So, there's that. On to the records. When we were at Wooden Nickel, I picked up a couple records based on a It's sort of funny because you might have, if you watch my videos, you might have heard me talk about the band Greta Van Fleet. Well, their bass player Sam. Well, first of all, they did a record shopping video not too long ago, and their bass player Sam picked out a couple records, and he said these are the best records ever to get. So I might already have one of these, but either way, I went ahead and bought them. Stephen Stills, this is his first solo album, and this has Love the One You're With on it, which I think his brother in that video also, in Greta Van Fleet, the guitarist, I think he also bought this record in the video. It's on Atlantic. So, based on his recommendation, I went ahead and picked it up. I mean, this was only $3.99. And then I also picked this one up, which he said this one's actually better than the first one. This is his second solo album. Just Stephen Stills 2. And it's a gatefold. So they had one other Stephen Stills there, but it wasn't. It might have been the third album, I'm not sure. But I think I already had that other one. I should have just bought it anyway, but you know. Sometimes I surprise myself on how selective I can be. So those are the only records that I bought when we were on our little excursion. On to some more vinyl that I've been accumulating. Discopedia Volume 2. There's a bunch of these, and I probably have more than this one, but this was a recent find. Fairly recent find. This one has MacArthur Park on it. Boogie Oogie Oogie, Manhattan Skyline, which was from the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. This came out in 1979, so Pickwick. And it also has the Arthur Murray Disco Dance Lesson. Still intact and included. So, here's the record. One of these really flimsy Pickwick records, but it looks brand friggin' new. I mean, you know it's going to be great. It has to be great, right? I mean, the ridiculous factor is enough to make it great. And it's a record. And then this one here, this is a golden record, Happy Birthday Party Playtime Program. This has Candy and Cake, Simon Says, Hot Potatoes, Cat and Mouse, Spin the Bottle. This looks like a brand new record too. Brand new golden record. Complete directions on back cover. Says ideal record for following occasions, and I'm going to read them all. There's a whole list there. Rainy mornings, rainy afternoons, the day the furnace broke at school. That's funny. Between semesters. That's great. It says what supplies you will need for the games, and then it tells you here in this milk bottle. That's great. Attention, party givers, mothers, and fathers. It goes on and on and on. Love kids' records. And then this one, The Believers. Sing for Christ. It's a great cover. I like the fact that it's black and white on the front and the back. This looks like it's from the 60s. And it's on MGMA record label. And it has $1 price on it, or it had originally had $1 price on it, and I got it for 99 cents, so that was a bargain. This sleeve is coming loose. It's funny how you can get a record out, but you can't get it back in. It's really the sleeve that's causing me problems here. I'm going to wardrobe malfunction. There you are. And then Sandy Nelson Drum Discotheque. I got quite a few Sandy Nelson records, and I only pick up the ones that look very interesting or have, you know, song titles I really like. This is on Imperial. That's a cool label. Purple and black. This has Let There Be Drums 66, Land of a Thousand Dances, El Pussycat, Jolly Green Giant, Shotgun, and others. This is recorded live, it says. And it has the dances here at the recorded live. Dance the Freddy, the Jerk, the Frug, the Monkey, and the Watusi. So I guess that's what her music's for, is to dance to. And then I picked this Howard Jones record up. It's just called One to One. Or, yeah, One to One. And I think I picked this out for Kat, and she said she already had it, I think. So I went ahead and picked it up myself. I did. And there's the label. Side 1 and side 2. And this one has, let's see what singles was on this one. I have quite a few of his songs on my downloaded. Let's see. Wow. I don't recognize any of these on here. This came out in 1986. So I thought for sure there'd be at least one on there that I recognize. But Highway 101. Seen them in concert a long time ago at a fair. It says Whiskey If I Were a Woman. If You Were a Woman. It's a great song. It also has Cry, 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 which I think was a single. I don't know if any of the rest of these were or not. This came out in 1987. And I think the lead singer of this group went solo. I want to say that she was married to one of these guys. And I don't think she is anymore, but I can be wrong about that. And then I also picked this Ray Conniff record up, I Will Survive. This is a later one, even though by now it's not considered, it's really late now. But these came out probably, I want to say, in the 70s. Yeah, 1979. This has the title track, Reunited, Music Box Dancer, Little Music Box Dancer. And then these here at the bottom, I want to say I have all of those at the bottom. Maybe all but one. But I like Ray Conniff, you've heard me say that. And it's just on the red Columbia label. This one I picked up too. This is the Four Seasons by the Holly Ridge Strings. I find a ton of these all the time. On the back it has the Beatles ones and the Beach Boys ones, which I have both of those. I think that's the same Beach Boy one that I have. Anyway, this has Ragdoll, Candy Girl, Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man. Arranged and produced by Stu Phillips. Doesn't look like a brand new record. Really lucked out with this bunch because it's most of them are in good shape. Magoo and High Five, starring the voice of Jim Backus. He was also the guy who played Mr. Howe on Gilligan's Island. But he was an actor previous to that show. This sleeve has about had it, but it's on RCA, black label. So that was cool to find that. And I showed it back. Magoo and Hi-Fi is side 1, and Mother Magoo Sweet is side 2. So, sort of like a, looks like a story to me by the way it's laid out. But it's orchestra, with an orchestra. The last one I got here is The Ventures. Golden Greats by The Ventures. I more than likely bought this thinking I didn't have it, like I do a lot of records. I might not have it, but even if I do have it, I can still, I can hang this on the wall. Can't I? Always like the gatefold anyway. So, and this one's on Liberty. So I don't know how later this one is, but there you have it. And you see I got some new pictures up here behind me. Can you name those pictures? I'm not going to name them off to you, but can you tell who they are? I don't know how clear they are back there, but thanks for watching and subscribing. And it's funny, I almost said, you know what time it is. If you've ever watched Good Mythical Morning, that's what they say at the end of their videos. But did you see anything strange? You probably did. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next vinyl update.